All righty. Welcome to the June Father's Day wallet class for the digital designer exclusives by Kimberbell. Even though this is a kind of a very short project, it really is quick. And I'm not sure if I sent you the picture of someone who had made one of these for each of a wedding party. And I thought, that was really a clever idea. But I'll find it and share it with you all when we get to some different ideas. So this is basically the wallet. It can be made in a number of different materials. And the one thing I found out is that just from reading and observing is that the Kimberbell leather was way too thick. Many people had troubles with trying to stitch through the layers of the Kimberbell leather, and we used it in one of our projects. I can't remember, maybe 2 scoops, or anyhow, it was very thick and it was tough to get the needle through, even with a bigger needle. So I decided, of course, to use the cork that we had in the store. And if you have any materials similar to that, you can try it out because it's quick and easy. So you can give it a go. However, after reading a couple of different things, I thought, I have some craft text. And so what I did is I cut some craft text. Now, if you're not familiar with this product, do any of you have craft text?
I don't.
All right, it's a paper product. And what you see here is it just looks like a hard chipboard, but it comes in different colors or it can be dyed. And it was very popular about 5 years ago. We had it at the store and then it kind of fizzled out. So what I did is I cut whatever I had, which was black. And so I just cut the pieces, and they're short and sweet pieces so that you can use up scraps happily. Now, I do have cork, and it's in a precarious place, and I'm probably not going to dig it out. But I think most of you know what I'm talking about, the cork that looks like the cork in a wine bottle, that sort of cork. This is the dyed cork that we purchased, and it too was also very popular. And this is what's left of the pieces of the bolts that we have in the store. Then I tried the Cricut leather. And the Cricut leather works really well. It's very lightweight. It has to be, I guess, to cut through that leather on the Cricut. So it went like a dream. And that's what I used for my dad. And so if you ever see anything, you know how they blow out Cricut materials sometimes in Joann's or Michael's,
yes,
even Walmart. If you ever see the leather at a really good price, grab it, because you never know when you're going to need this little project. And it works really well. Now, silly me, didn't take a picture because I was trying to get everything done and in the mail before I went on vacation. But I do have the file that I made for my dad. So here's the file that I made. And I of course, was in a super hurry. So I just put the initials in and stitched it out. And I realized after the fact that these initials were way too close. So what I'm going to do is, let's highlight it and then zoom in. What happened was this C just made it to the inside stitching. So what am I talking about? This final stitching that you put in the wallet to stitch the back, the C was right there on that edge. Now, I knew my dad wouldn't care, so I left it. However, I saved it because I wanted to show you guys how, if you want to put initials on something like this, that it's easy to do. So the other thing I was thinking is I have 2 weddings coming up this July 8th, coming up in a week and a half. And then in August, I have, these are both my nephews, and I have both of those nephews. So I thought that would be really fun to just put their initials on the gift card that I give them. And I could make a girl and a guy. I think that would be cute. So if I knew the colors and I could find the materials, I thought that would be a good idea. Let me take a sip. Let's see, I hear Janet. All right, just, I'll tell her we're recording. She's good. All right. Okay. She's on her way home. Okay, doke. Now, one of the things that we can do, even though it's not in the directions, is we can put both of them in your hoop. So I selected my 240 by 150, and I was just thinking, if I can get another one of these hoops, I'm going to order it, because I have both Icon and Icon 2, and so I have doubles of all the hoops, and it really does save time. But I only have this as a singleton, so I'm thinking if we can still get them, I'm gonna buy one. So just keep that in the back of your mind. If you have a favorite hoop and you want to just kind of swap things out, we can always order you one. So if they're available, let me put it that way, if they're available. So as I was going through trying to figure out the initials in the alphabet, I needed something really small. So I tried the, what the heck was that? Oh, graphite 12. And I'm going to close that. And if you need me to do a little quick alphabet, I'll be happy to do that. And I wasn't really crazy about that style, so I deleted that style. But I was happy with the size. So then I went back in and looked for 12. I use curls a lot. I don't think I'm going to be crazy about curls either, but just going through. Now this one, let me put it up here so you can see it. I don't know if you can barely see that, but that one has kind of a curly effect, obviously, but it's a little bit smaller. One of the fonts that I use for monograms is Times New Roman. So let me go in here. And here's Times 12. Then I put it in. And there it is. So there's my design. Now, what did I do? Lose the other one? Did I delete that? Oh, yeah. If I deleted it. I did. Oh, you idiot, Adeline. Oh my gosh. It's even recorded that I call myself an idiot. All right. Let me get that back on, because that's a big part of what I'm doing. Oh, paying attention. Minor detail. All right. Let me find this Father's Day wallet. Part B. So what you need is a Father's Day wallet part B. And I'm going to change the hoop in the software. This is by far the easiest way to do it. And one of the things that I wanted to do was I wanted to change the last color, so I can do that on the screen. And so I'll show you. So here we go. Coming in for a landing. All right. So now it's right on top of it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to shrink it. And I'm going to grab that And if you can't grab it on the screen, go into your layers and grab it. That's the easiest way to do it. And then I can move it straight down. And one of the things I went over the other day with someone is you can line up that little circle right there, and that little circle is center. So also I know it's on center because this number right here is 0, 0. And that might be something that many of you already know. So it's just a review. Okay. So what I want to do now is I want to go into, let me close this. I want to go into the design for part B, but I want to change the colors. So I go into the color palette, the artist palette, you know, it has a number of names depending on the day, and then go all the way down to number 7, because number 7 is this stitch out right here. And what I did is I changed number 7 to black. So I thought it was interesting that it came up Madeira rayon, and that must be what they use in Kimberbell, because that's what it was set at. So I'm just going to use Madeira rayon and choose black, because it really doesn't matter. Deselect it. So now I have all of them. So now I don't know if you can see, but I can see that that black last stitch, and let me move this. Okay, let me move this right up here. Now you should be able to see that black line that goes all the way around it. You can do this with anything that you want to put an initial. Go to the very last stitch out. See where it is. Come on in, Janet. We're just reviewing a few things. So, and go to the very last stitch out. And if you have to line up different parts of the bag, the wallet, the purse, whatever it is, then what you want to do is you want to make sure they're grouped. So I already have this one grouped. So now I'm going to drag this. All right, Dana, let's see. Okay, let me just pause for a minute. And everybody's in. No Carmen today. She's probably on the road. She's a busy lady. Okay.
Hey,
Yeah,
I'm here.
you're here. Okay. All right. So not joined is just a couple of the other ladies, and they'll be, I'm sure they'll watch the recording. Okay, now let me see what I can do. I got to get rid of this participants on my end. I just have to close that. Let's see if I can do that. All right. Why can't I do this? Close. There we go. All righty. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to line this up. And one of the things is I'm hoping you can see this, but there's 2 little yellow tick marks here. That little yellow tick mark is for this file. So I'm going to line that up and try and get that on that line on 0, 0. And if I can't, then I go down here and do 0. And now it's straight on the y-axis. Now, can you see how close that is? Let me zoom in a little bit more. See what I was explaining? See how close that C is to that stitch outline? So at that point, what you want to do, and it's pretty close down here too. So what you want to do now is go into your options and ungroup those two. Now this one I can delete. This one right here, I can just delete that because that's way too many confusion. And there it is. Okay, now I grabbed it. Now that is super simple just to move. You're just going to take your arrows, move it this way, and then up this way. Okay, now what's really cool is my nephew's, his name is Brandon. So all I'm going to do is go into, I edit it in the lettering, the alphabet program, embroidery text. And now I'm just going to go down here. I don't know if you can see that. I'll zoom out a little bit. I'm going to go down here and I'm just going to move my cursor right here to the A, delete the A, and then add the B. And that is how I can quickly change his initials, because his middle name is Joseph and they both have the last name, of course. So close it. And now that quickly becomes my nephew's wallet. Now, let's see. So my other nephew didn't give me his middle name, so I'll have to ask my brother. So what I want to do now is when I go into the layers panel, I want to select multiple, select this one, and then group those back up again. Because what I want to do now is to move that back up and out of the way. Right here. So here's what I decided I was going to do. I was going to, let's see. Let's go back to 100%. All right, right here. This is back to the hoop. Come on, there we go. Back to what you were working on. And this is back, is a zoom in. So we'll go back to what we're working on. Close this. There we are. So that looks simple enough to do. I have my hoop selected. I have my altered file right here. And then I have my base file right here. So this is A and this is B. All right. You can choose to do it this way. If you choose to do it one at a time, it says to rinse it and leave it set for 20 minutes, something along that line. And let's see what it says specifically. Yeah, wait for it to dry. And actually what's pretty neat is because I use cork. Cork is meant to absorb the water. So what it did is it dried real quickly when I put a paper towel on it and pushed down. So if you wanted to follow the directions in, excuse me, in the step-by-step directions, then you could certainly rinse it. But I skipped it. I was on a time crunch, so I skipped it. So I think probably what I'll do is I'll make one out of this craft text, and then I'll figure out what their colors are. I'll ask my sister-in-law and see if I can match up their colors. Because I think they're like a soft pink, mauvey pink, and like a sage green, but I can't swear to it. Anyhow, that's my thought. Anybody else have any thoughts about what they're going to do with it? No?
Just try and get it finished is my goal.
Okay, that works.
I might make one for Patrick, who's going to high school this year, so he could put it in his backpack and keep a few things in there.
Oh, that's a really good idea.
The key would fit in there.
What kind of key?
Just to their house, because believe it or not, Katie got locked out because they go in and out through their garage.
Oh yeah, yes.
And the power went off while she was out taking him to baseball. So she had to go back and get a key because she couldn't get in the house. So I said, you need to have everybody have a key for that.
Yeah. That one time.
You would? fit
Yeah, I
in
think
there?
it, depending on the size, but I'm pretty sure it would fit mine.
Okay,
Yeah. So, all right. Now, what you can choose to do is use whatever you have on hand, do whatever you have on hand, and we'll go step by step. So one of the things that I wanted to do is I want to have, I'll go back over here and show you what I'm talking about. So I want to use red as my last outline. Actually, I should make this for me. And use red as my last outline. And you know what? I'm going to change my mind. I can do that. I'm going to change it to my initials. So why didn't I think of that before? I have no idea. So I'm going to ungroup, change that because, you know, because it's easy. Oh, come on. Not that. All right. And then I'll long hold on it. Whoops, let's put it so you can see it. So I'm going to long hold on it. And I'm going to, if the smart toolbox pops up, and I'm going to edit embroidery text. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to change them to my initials. A, E, B.
interesting that you're doing this, because yesterday when I was putting the number on my sewing machine, I was trying to change the font, so you can do the same thing. Can you go in there and when you change the font as well as the letters, or no?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
So what you can do is when you go into edit embroidery, whoops, not gonna let me. When you long hold and go into embroidery, edit and embroidery text, you just switch to another font and I'll change it. Okay. Makes sense?
Yes.
All right. That is different on the icon. I haven't tried that on the icon, but I recall it being slightly different. Okay, so now I should be okay with this because I don't think it moved, but you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to just check it because, you know. All right. All right, so now I'm just going to drag this down here. And just to double check. And change this to 0, 0. Close this. Yeah, perfect. All righty. So what I'm going to do up here is move it. Okay. So this is my final file. So, whoops, sorry. So the directions say to hoop a water-soluble stabilizer. So I just hooped Wet and Gone or Aqua Magic, whatever, you know, that's dissolvable. Okay, and I'm using the 240 by 150 hoop. And what I need to do now is wind a black bobbin. So I'm going to do that first. So the first bobbin you're going to use is the one that does the majority of the stitching. So if you haven't already done that, like me, you'll have to do that. All right. Gosh.
Did you use, is this embroidery thread in the hoop in the
Yes.
bobbin?
Yeah. Yes. Okay. Matches the black. Oh my gosh, I've only been away maybe 10 days and I've forgotten how to do that. That's silly, I know. Anyhow, yes, I'm using 40 weight on the top and 40 weight on the bottom. And I know the tech ladies frown on that, but you know me, I always push the envelope. So the machines are tested with 60 weight bobbin thread, but I like to use the Floriani and big spools. And I don't know if it's any cheaper or more expensive. I'm not quite sure. All right, let's get this right so I can wind a decent bobbin. So, and then I have the red bobbin for my outline and my lettering. So when I do the lettering, I probably will switch. Although if my tension's pretty good, I really don't have to. Now I want to show you an idea that Lori gave me too. Because sometimes, here, let me get up and show you what I'm talking about. Sometimes when I thread the machine, whoops, right here, it gets caught on this little thread guide with the big spools, even sometimes the little spools. I do use a net most of the time. However, Lori came up with this little idea. They're pencil erasers. And she said, you just cut them. They look like I just cut one off. This is a plastic pencil eraser. Looks like this. Looks like that. When I bought it at the Dollar Tree. So I just cut off one of the rings and I put it right here on top. I'll show you how I do it. And then that prevents that big spool of thread from catching in there. Just a little tip.
Is that a pencil eraser or a pencil grip?
It fits the pencil.
What is a grip? It's a pencil grip.
Yes. Okay.
Okay.
For kids in kindergarten to grip on it.
Oh, is that what it is?
Yes.
All right. Pencil grip. Thank you, kindergarten teacher.
Is that what,
right.
Adeline, is that what she puts up on the spool?
Yes, and the multi right there. That's where I got mine. See? Now,
Okay.
I originally bought these, but they're rotting as we speak. If I were to take this off, it would fall apart. So I went to the plastic one, hoping I had better luck. All right. So all right. So the one thing you want to make sure you're going to do before you thread anything is to decide and make sure that this plaid design stitches first. So because I altered my initials, it dropped it to the bottom. It went to the last stitch out. So I just have to grab this on those little hamburgers and move it up. And now I'm in the correct sequence. Now, I do not want to color sort or color merge. That's important because the green would sew at the same time as the green in the top one. So do not color sort when you put these together. Yes, there are times when we want to color sort, but not now. All righty. So what I'm going to use is red, white, and black. And if I look at the color sequence on that first design, oops, wrong one. There we go. So the blue is the outline, and then it goes to the green, and then it goes to the red. And so each of these are color changes. You don't have to change the colors, but they're color changes. Okay, so it's time. This is where I have to decide what I'm going to do.
You know what I'm thinking, Adeline? Some of the cute super designs.
Yes.
You can make so small. I was thinking like for Patrick, they have some, and they're very like line stitched baseball players. Yeah. They have like pitchers and catchers. Some of those super designs would be super cute on there.
Yes, definitely. That's a good idea.
You could put a sewing thing on there.
Yes, yes. And one of the things is if you guys start sharing on Kimberbell, you may get featured in the Wednesday show and tell. And Jenny was so excited. She was actually featured. She had these cutest little, you probably have seen them, but they're little pockets with the tubes in them. And she had a set of twins that were graduating this year. So she made two of them, obviously, and then put the little, I don't know if she put money in it or what. Yeah, I think. Anyhow, she was so excited because she was featured in that show and tell. And I don't blame her. You know, it's nice to get a pat on the back, even though we all rave about it. That doesn't really count.
She should put it on the Scrap and Sew site
Mhm.
so you could see it.
Yes, yes. That is true. Share it on the Facebook page. And you know what? Maybe that's what we need to start doing too. I think a lot of people look at them, but I don't know how many people. I know there's certain people that respond continually because I recognize their names. But I don't know overall how many people actually see it. I do know that we have gotten fabric orders from afar. So somebody out there is paying attention to us.
Isn't the icon, isn't that icon website, was that created by Scrap and Sew?
Yes, we have two Facebook pages. We have the icon Facebook page, and then we have the store Facebook page.
That might be the one to put it on.
Yeah, yes. So that gives, I know Alma, you got featured on that page because you were just rocking that Easter project you made.
Oh, didn't even see it.
Yeah, you got accolades on how wonderful it looked.
Oh,
I know. So anyhow, let's move on. So what I'm going to do is I am going to, since the yellow is the last color, I am going to probably, you know what? I'm going to go with red. I'm quite indecisive now. You know, I pulled out my back, and this is going to sound so silly. And good thing it's not public recording. You'll understand why in a minute. So in this cabin that we were staying at, it was absolutely gorgeous, $1 million cabin. And my daughter-in-law's ex-boss said she could stay there. Anyhow, all the toilets were low toilets. And I am so used to having a higher toilet, I could not get up from the low toilet.
That, and you think there's nothing there when you're used to the higher one.
And then you go boom. And this plain and simple truth is my thigh muscles, whatever they're called, the quads or whatever, are not strong enough to lift me up from that position. So I was trying to assist myself to get up, and that's when I put out my back. But I went to the chiropractor last night. He's such a miracle worker, because I knew that's what it was. I could feel it kind of popped out. He popped that thing back in, and now I'm back to normal. All right, so now I have no excuses for being confused and in a dazed state. All right, so I have red on the top, black in the bottom, and now we're ready to roll. So step number 1 is to put the wash away stabilizer in your machine. Oopsie. Here we go. Step number 1, wash away stabilizer. Step number 2, load the embroidery file. This is where we put the initials. Showed you how to do that. And then now it's time to stitch the placement pocket A line. All right. And if you want to just continue, go on and work at your own pace, while I blab, I'm trying to have this thoroughly recorded lesson, because there were several people who missed this lesson this week, or this month rather. And so I may add information that's insignificant to you. Okay, here we go. Wow, let's see how my little girl how her vacation was. She, the poor thing. She's abused. All right.
I didn't know what you were talking about for a minute.
Yeah, my princess. She
I
was
figured
abused
that
before,
out. Give me a minute.
before we went on vacation. So I'm going to turn off the active stitch technology because the majority of this is straight stitch. And then I am going to skip definitely nothing here. Sort, merge, one color, leave it. All right. And then 6D and the rest of them, we're good to go. All righty. And Janet, you'll have to share your oh so delightful too, so everybody can see how cute it turned out. All righty. Okay, here we go. I'm going to insert my master hoop and stitch. Now, I did turn my cutter on and the jump stitch on because I didn't want to have a lot of jump threads. Okay, so now what we're going to do is we're going to take the 3.5 by 5.5 piece and put it down right here. And I'm going to hold it down. I got to, I have zero tape. So I asked Kathy to order it. Hopefully we got it in while I was gone. And my finger's taking the place of tape.
As long as you don't stitch through it.
Sorry?
As long as you don't stitch through it.
Oh, yeah. That'd be my luck. No, I've done that for a long time. All righty. So that is, you know what we're supposed to do too is cover it with a wash away topping, and I did not, and I know I've done it before and without it, so it works. So, all righty. Now, the next stitch is going to be the red plaid. Step 1 of the plaid. So I'll show you what I'm talking about. So it's right here, the red. Because I have ghost mode on. I helped a lady who had a creative vision, which was the top of the line, maybe 10 years ago. I have become reliant on ghost mode because in the old days, we didn't have anything like that. And you had to guess what color you were on or where the stitching was. This is really such a nice feature. Now, the one thing with this craft text, it does punch holes, but because it's paper, but it's okay.
Do they sell it at Scrap and Sew?
Sorry?
Sells craft text in colors at Scrap and Sew?
We haven't ordered that in a long time. They
Okay.
have, they had, at one point we had beige. We had white so I could dye it. I did a class. This was when Tess owned the store, so it's been a while. Let me show you the project I did ages ago. I think Nadine was doing a reuse recycle project. And this was when she had Embroidery Mom strictly. And so I made this bag with a craft text border. So here, I'll show you. So here's the bag, and that's where the craft text border, and then I made a strap.
Oh, wow.
That was kind of fun. And those pants, my husband was going to put in the Goodwill, their linen pants, and he was tired of trying to iron them and make them look nice. So I rescued them. And then the colors were selected from the lining that I had. And who knows where that fabric came from. Here, I'll show you. So that's why there's blues and greens. I don't know if you can see that. But then on the other side, I played with some felt and the couching. It was kind of fun.
Cute.
So anyhow, that was when it was a free sew along with So Sweetness or somebody like that. I don't know. I think she does bags. So anyhow, another one project. Okay. Now I have to change my color according to the directions. And I am going to, if you'll notice, these two dots on the directions. Let's see if I can zoom in here. Right there and right there, those dots means that those colors are going to show. That's what that is. And then we're going to remove the tape and tear away the excess topping. And we're not going to do that. And then we'll remove the project from the hoop, and I'll show you how we're going to do that next. Okay. So at this point, I'm going to use white. And here we go. Trying to figure out what the third color I'm going to use is. I think I'll probably use gray.
Do you think marine vinyl would be too thick for this?
No, no. As a matter of fact, I have some. I was going to show you guys what other things you could use. So, no. Several people on the Kimberbella site said they used it.
Okay.
I had a bunch of fabric, really heavy like fabric, like duck and marine vinyl, all in red, white, and blue. So I'll show you. I'll show you those samples when we're done. Oh. Needed something to work on while I was in Montana, and so I'll show you what I found a class on Facebook that was only $10, and it was hand sewing. Now, normally I don't do hand sewing, but I needed something because I'm not good at just sitting around doing nothing. So I'll show you what I did with scraps as soon as I change the colors. All right. So this color I am going to use. Right. Now on some of them, like this one, I used all cotton thread. So what you see there, there is cotton thread. Because I wanted a flat look to this. So that's what I did. So you can do that too. You don't have to use.
Is that like the cotton that we use for lace or just okay? It's
Just
a heavier one.
Regular cotton thread, Metler cotton thread, whatever I had.
Or Aurifil I could use,
Or
but
Aurifil. Yeah, anything like
it's
that.
a heavier one that we use for freestanding lace, right?
No. You could try that, but I think it would be too thick.
Yeah.
Because that's not what this was digitized with. So
Gotcha.
So I just used the regular one, and it worked fine. All right, here we go with the gray. You want that light gray? Nope, not a switch. Indecisive today again. So
Too dark?
that one was too light. So
Oh.
I do have a dark gray. Yeah, maybe I'll try that. Hey. All right. So here we go. I am working on a new Zoom class for Icon and Icon 2 owners. And it's going to be a journal cover. And we're going to use one of the least used categories on the sewing side. So the performance people could actually join too. But that's what we're going to do. I found a couple of ideas for journal covers, and I thought if I had a journal while I was in Montana, that would have been another thing that would have been really nice to journal too. Because if I journaled here, it would be sewed today, so the next day, so the following day.
Heather got me, it's a 5-year journal, and it's only got like an inch, I guess, or an inch and a half. And I use it pretty much every day. This is like the 3rd year I've been on it, I think.
Oh, wow, good for you.
And I might just put, Wyatt got his shots today, or, something, what the weather. Actually, I think we started it during COVID, if it makes sense, but it's nice because it's only small. You don't
Yeah,
come up with a lot.
that is a good idea. I should have done that too when Luke was a baby. That would have been fun to look
Yeah.
back. Yeah, that would have.
I did that when the girls, David he didn't get one because he came about 7 years later, but the girls, I did keep one and I gave it to them as adults.
Oh,
From
wow.
when I was pregnant with them and when I had them in their first couple of years.
Oh, that's a nice idea.
I agree. If you have, that would be something, Alma, because your little one, he's just, what, 18 months?
15 months, but yeah.
15. So that would be nice because, you know, as they are adults, people say, well, my son walked at 10 months or 13 months is when my oldest walked, but that would have been fun to look back as an adult and see, to compare. Because my granddaughter was just 5 pounds when she was born, and I said, oh, she'll be fine, you know, blah blah blah. And but I know they were worried at first, but that would have been a nice thing to do. So.
Yes.
Anyhow, all right, so now I am going to do the initials. So now I am going to go over here to my palette, my artist palette. And I am not sure that you are aware that you can now, it automatically will sort those 3 initials, but because I have the cutter on, it will stop and cut each letter. So I want to make some changes to avoid that. So the first thing I want to do is let me get this down closer so you can see it. So the first thing I want to do is it's already sorted. Excuse me. So I want to click merge. And now what it will do is it will stitch the A, E, and B continuously, but it will still cut in between them. So the next thing that I want to do is I want to go up to the settings and I want to turn off the jump stitch trim. So I'm going to go down here and turn off the automatic thread cutter. I can turn it off completely, but then it wouldn't cut at the very end, and I want that to cut at the very end. So I'm just going to check that and hit OK. So even though at the beginning, when it comes up with that basic embroidery screen, we didn't select color sort, color merge, you can still do that in your color block options, which is new with this series of software. So that should work on the icon and the icon 2. The other thing you could do is when I do lettering, I will often change it to one color. And when you change it to one color, you have to remember to go back and change it for the next one because it'll just keep going. And I've had some of the ladies do that. They didn't know, you know, the machine didn't stop. And that's the first thing I know is that they didn't change it back to sequence of colors. All righty. So now I am going to select, I think I'll do this. Oh, trying to decide. Oh, I don't know. I don't know if I think maybe I'll do it in red. I'm not sure red will show up as well as I want it to. Or let me see. All right, let me think about this. All right.
Now,
Okay.
let me ask you, could you change that to red and put the projector on with that color red and kind of audition it that way?
Let's try.
Because that's a dark color, right? I was having trouble when I put the year on my sewing machine.
Uh-huh. Yes.
Black leather, and I could not get those to show up.
Yeah, I am disappointed in how the projection is working now because it's not doing what I expect it to do.
It's not on a lot of the time, right?
No. And so I don't know if it's something on their end, because it was on. As
Yeah,
soon as I turned it on. So here, let me show you what I'm talking about.
I ended up
See?
putting a piece of white paper on
Yes,
top of it so I could see it.
exactly. And I moved it down here so you can actually see it here on the stabilizer, but you
'Cause
can't
it's
see
white.
it here. Yeah, but you really can't see it here. So let me try the background by turning on the projection. It brings up this menu. And I can change the menu to a quick color of white. And let's see if it makes any difference. No.
It didn't, did it?
Yeah.
I tried oh, it did? But you still can't
The
see the letter.
background is there, but not the stitch out.
Right.
So I'm
But
gonna
now
go back.
put a piece of paper there, a white piece of paper.
Alrighty, here. There.
Does it show up now?
Yeah. Here, let me show you.
Yeah, it does. Alma, that's why I don't understand.
Yeah. But it's not showing up on the dark. So that is something, and it's only showing up here, the front
Well,
of the needle.
Yeah.
Now, let me see if I can extend it out. Nope. As soon as I move it out.
But what I did, Adeline, is I just went forward with my stitching, stitch out.
Uh-huh.
And I went till I was up at the top, like in the middle of the
Okay.
whatever stitch that, go to the second letter.
Go to the second letter. All right. Let's see if I can do that.
I mean, it's
There.
not,
See, it's still behind.
but
I can barely see it. It's still behind the needle.
but stitch keeps I forwarded the stitching a little bit till I got up at the top, middle.
Oh, I see what you're saying. Let me go into stitch progress and
Yeah. Now, when
yeah.
I asked Lori about it, she thought maybe because it was not a smooth surface, the leather.
Nah.
I didn't think so, but I just worked around it.
Yeah. So I'm going to go back to A and thread it. But yes, you're right. That is a problem that I personally am going to ask about. So, okay.
You know who you need to put a buzz in their ear is Nadine.
Yes. Yeah, I get more out of Nadine than I would
Yeah.
with anybody at SVP. You're right.
Because she's got a direct line.
Yeah, that's true. All right. And I think one of her classes is about projection. I'm going to have to go back and look.
In the new series?
I think so. I'm going to go back and look.
Okay, I haven't done anything with that.
Yeah, I wasn't really happy. Who the heck is at the door? Oh, okay, ladies. I'll be right back. I'm by myself today, so I don't know who's at the door. It might be my husband forgot his key. Ooh.
Mm.
Oh my goodness. Look what arrived. Let me show you. I have two total opposite children. my youngest doesn't believe in cards and all that hoopla, but my oldest does. And look what he sent me for my birthday.
Oh, nice.
Aw.
Is that a cake?
Say that again.
Is that a cake?
I don't think so. I think it's all flowers because it came from a flower shop.
Pretty.
Oh,
it's
I
nice,
can't
very
tell on
pretty.
the picture.
All right, let me see the bottom. Yeah, this is floral.
Beautiful. Take a picture.
Oh, yes. Take a picture is right.
Well, it's fresh.
Yes. And I, of course, love flowers. And you can never go wrong with flowers, for me personally. You should get the delivery. Maybe I didn't get it from my son.
From Robbie? Oh,
Let's
From
see
your
who
sister?
sent it.
your sister?
No. Enjoy your special day. It's my grandbabies and my son. Happy birthday to you. So,
Kevin?
yeah, it's from Kevin. So, like I said, I knew it was from him. And Bruce must have seen the ring guy. So he said, go get your
Oh.
gift. You know what? I'm going to leave it right in here because I spend the majority of my life
I
here.
know.
All righty, here we go. So now I'm going to change to red bobbin and red top. Now they are actually going to our nephew's wedding too. My nephew's wedding, it's his cousin. And so I get to see my grandbabies. I'm so excited.
Where is it?
In Buffalo, south of Buffalo, Jamestown. So we're gonna fly into Buffalo, and I hope it'll be a better flight than some of the other ones. Hey dear, what's up?
The delivery was like might be perishable or something.
I did already get the delivery. It's gorgeous. It's not a cake though. It's all flowers.
I couldn't tell what it was, but I didn't think it should live up.
Yes. All right.
I'm still sitting.
You're still sitting there. Okay. All righty. Bye. Sorry about that.
Well,
Doctor?
happy birthday.
Oh, thank you. That's why we went to my youngest son and I are 3 days apart. So we went to celebrate, and his dream was to bike in the hills of Montana or Colorado, and we got Montana. So it was very nice. He had a great time. The hills were a little bit tough for me, but I said, as long as I'm on flat, even ground, I'm okay. But
No e-bike.
no, that was just walking. Yeah. With my autoimmune disease, it's kind of tough to walk, but I look fine. It's just that my body doesn't respond that way. So anyhow, moving on. Here we go. You ready? So I got it all set up. I turned on merge. I turned off jump stitch cutter, and I'm ready to roll. And remember, it goes a few stitches and tells you to cut. I could have turned the active stitch technology back on, but I forgot. So we'll see how it stitches out. But what happens is if you put the red in the bottom, that will eliminate any issues you may have with tension. So what I am going to stop and change it real quick and see if there's any big difference.
When you turn off active stitch for like straight stitching, you have to adjust your tension to make the bobbin, the top tension less,
Yes, but not always.
but not always. Okay.
It just depends on what threads you're using, what needle you're using. A 90 needle will punch a bigger hole. So that is a possibility sometimes. But
Okay.
otherwise, 2.8 when is the machine setting, the default machine setting. And yes, sometimes I'll turn it down to 2.6 or 2.4, but it varies. So you just have to look at it, knowing that you can do that. You can actually turn down active stitch technology. But remember, active stitch technology is only for the stitches that go left, right, left, right. So those are the embroidery stitches where when the needle goes straight, that's a sewing stitch. So that's the little bit of a difference. That does seem to be confusing, but once you get used to it, it looks great either way. Okay, here we go. All right, let me see what you think. I don't see any difference, but I do see my holes. Can you see my holes through the
Yes,
text?
yes. I can
So
see white. What is that white?
those are the holes.
But
Yeah,
when you,
right
will it
there.
go away when you,
Yeah. Yeah, because I'm gonna watch when I put the black piece behind it.
okay,
Gone.
yeah.
But that may be what you use with cork too. However, it may not. So it's just hard. If you use a 90 needle or a 100 needle, it's definitely going to punch a hole. But I find that by using a 90 needle when I embroider, I have way less issues. So that's why I always recommend it. Cindy, on the other hand, is a 75 needle person.
Wow.
But I go, that I have done for a long time. And then when Nadine said that's what she uses, a 90 microtext, that reaffirmed that what I was doing was right. So, all righty. Now, let me show you what we're going to do next. If you haven't picked up one of these little mats, they ran out of them at the store. So Lori is going to pick up a few more. But this is what I found at Dollar Tree, and they don't always have it. But she has a much better mat at the store. But see how little it is? It's perfect for
Yeah.
just sitting right next to your cutting surface at your workstation. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you what I'm going to do next. Let's see if this will work. All right. So right here. Oh boy. Let's see if I can get up a little higher. No. Let's see if I can go this way. There we go. Let's try that. All right. So now in the directions, it says to remove this and soak it. I'm skipping that. Totally. And I am going to cut it out of the stabilizer. Just like they said on the directions. Trim close to the edge of the leather. So I'm just going to go like this and cut it this way. And this way. And this way. So I end up with something that looks like this. And I am just going to go to the back. And I have all those. Some of them are jump stitches. Some of them are cut stitches. But just clean up a little bit. You won't see it. Now, I have yet to see anyone use clear plastic or vinyl. On Kimberbella's side, I would have saved the picture if I had. But if you were going to use clear plastic, you would skip all this. And what you would do is you would just do the outline stitch first. I don't know. I have to think about it. But you would not do the plaid. That I do know on the clear vinyl. Okay. And I also had this brainiac idea that I would put holes right here, like eyelet holes or something, you know, eyelets, because with a cork, I can punch a hole here. I don't have to sew it. I can literally just punch an eyelet and put a metal eyelet there, and then add a lanyard, and then put your name tag or something if you're at a convention or a show, and then you can put your credit card. You can also take this and put it on the back if you want to put your credit card in the back. So there's a couple of number of ways to make this creatively.
You could probably put some clear vinyl on the back and make it and turn it around to be an ID,
Yeah, that would work too.
badge.
Absolutely. You could just put that and then you drop it in. Yeah, with this, you know, just make it shorter, a little bit shorter here, so that you insert your.
Yeah, so it came across.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Oh, so many ideas. Okay, so now what you're going to do, according to the directions, you are going to trim the top edge of the leather 1/4 from the tack down line in the directions in 6. So my tack down line is this red. Blue. There we go.
In the picture, it looks like it's got more there than the tack down than a 1/4 inch, doesn't it?
I thought so too, but it's literally measured at a 1/4 inch.
Yeah.
You know, can you see the 1/4 inch mark in the directions?
Yeah.
So that was a wee bit confusing. Alrighty, so I have this 5.5 inch ruler. I love this ruler. This works perfectly with the new Kimberbell blocks in the Cuties one, the first Cuties book and the second Cuties book. But what I love most about it is it has a 1/4 inch here and here, which is, I don't know what that's called, but it's like an etching to the ruler, and it looks and works really well. So I'm going to put it like this, where the 1/4 inch mark is, so it lines right up there, and I'll show you in a minute what I'm doing. See that, how I've lined that inside 1/4 inch etching with that stitch out to the placement line, and now I'm going to cut it. Now it doesn't say to cut anything else either, so. Oh, right here. What this mat needs is little grippers on the bottom, but you know, Dollar Tree. And of course, this paper just cuts beautifully because it's paper. All right, let me find this here. Say 1/4 inch. And then leave the rest. Didn't say, and you'll notice that this was a wee bit crooked, but that's okay. If you use your 1/4 inch ruler, you can just line that up and cut a straight 1/4 inch. The rest of it may be crooked, but that is not. Okay, so moving on to the next part, what you're going to do then is on the screen, right over here on the machine. Let me get set up here. All right, let's drop this down a bit. All righty. So now you can see that the outline for the next step of embroidery is up. And it did all of this first one, then I cut it out, and now I'm doing this part. They, of course, say to rehoop it in another hoop. So this is what I did. It's your choice, but I think it will fit in the 120 by 120.
It
I'm not
does.
sure. It did it?
I tried it. I didn't read the directions completely and it does fit.
I didn't hear you.
I didn't read the directions and I just put it there because the measurements, whatever they were, it was gonna go in there. It's 116 something.
Okay.
Adeline.
Okay, so it did fit in the 120 by
Yes.
120. Okay. This would be easy also if to enlarge if you wanted it to, but they sized it for a credit card, gift card, that sort of thing. Alrighty, so now I am going to move on. So let's stitch this placement line. Now, you know what? I think I'm going to switch to black because I don't want any of these stitches to show. And they did show when I did one of my samples. I'm trying to see. If you don't cut it correctly, they do show. All right, we'll go to black. Whatever your color is your main color. That's mine happens to be black. Right.
Now, Adeline, that wash away stabilizer, you didn't cut any of that away?
No, I didn't feel like I needed to because it will never be anything other than hold credit cards. So it's stuck in a purse, stuck in a back pocket, a wallet, whatever. And so I figured it would be okay. So, and as you can see here, the one I did rinse it out. Right here, I rinsed it out. And I don't think it made any difference. So
The only thing that would happen is if it got wet, would it glue closed?
yeah, if you were on a boat and it dropped in the water. I
Or
don't know
your-
how, well, your
Or your
grandson,
grandkids spill their drink on it?
yeah, that in that instance, yes. Then I would make sure that if you're making this for your grandkids, that's exactly what you do. All right, so now we're on that step, and the needle is right here. So that's going to be, and I still have my projection on, so you can see those lines on that white.
What did you do with the cutout piece? You put another piece over it?
Nope, left it. I'm a little brave. I left a hole in it. It looks like I did, but I didn't.
Okay.
And now if it messes up, you'll know not to do it. Pushing that envelope again. All right. Come with me. All right, now we're going to use the bigger piece, the 4.5 by 5.5. All right, now I'm gonna put this down and see. It should. Now with the, you can't see that. I'm gonna show it. Now with the projection, oh, I don't think you can see that either. There, that's what I'm trying to explain. You can see the line right here with the projection, so I can move it down just a bit. See? I need to have, well, a goodly amount in the bottom, so I can move it down like this. So that, in that aspect, the projection works really nice. Now, I'm gonna see if I have any pieces of tape stuck to, oh, I do, my table. Let's see if I can unstick it. Oh, that's maybe. All right, here we go. Tape, that's all I need is just a little bit of tape.
So for this part, does the bobbin thread need to match the top thread?
Yes. The reason I'm doing that and using black and black is I don't want any of that extra stitching to accidentally show. Then when I go to do the last step, the very last step is the outline around here like this. Then I will change it so it's the same.
Okay.
So I didn't want any of the red bobbin showing through. There's a little bit of thread right here that I didn't get cut off. And that's what I'm referencing. Let me see if I can show you what I'm talking about. Right there. See how that little thread I didn't get cut off? I left it on so that I could show you what I was talking about. Okay. This is the cutting line right here.
Okay.
And that should be a nice 1/4 inch around. But I'm looking. Yeah, I had switched to the gold. Yeah. Okay, here we go. This is all the one. This line here, this placement line right here is the cut line. That's where you're going to cut. All right, now, next up are the marks for placement. And it, with the cutter turned off, it stops to trim the threads. There. So you just have, you think you've stopped for that step, but you haven't. So now I read my directions and it says that I put pocket B leather right side up, aligning the top edge with the placement line. So this second piece of 3.5 by 5.5 goes right here, lining it up with the edge. Now, some of the other ladies were really clever. They put different colors on it. I'll show you those in a minute. And I thought that looks really good. So I have some white leather, but could I find it? Nope. So this is what it is. Stitch the pocket B tack down lines. So that's what we're doing now. And then it jumps to that bottom line that I'm stitching now is to keep the gift card from falling all the way down to the bottom. So that's the stopper for the gift card. All right, next up are the lines for the plaid or pocket A. And it says to cut and remove. So I just I got that message that says if there's too much fabric underneath the presser foot, please remove some of it. That's because my needle got caught in this end right here. So let's see if I can get this back up again. So what I do now is when that happens, I put my finger right where the stitching is, so that without trying to sew my finger, so that I can hold the fabric manually to the stabilizer. Because I had that happen, something else I stitched that had vinyl on it. All right, now place the previous prepared pocket A right there, lining it up. Like so. All righty. And then stitch the tack down line. Nice.
Did
Leave
you
it.
already do, wait a minute, did you already do the middle one?
The one is in there. It's just hard to see.
Oh, okay,
Here's the other one. My finger's right here.
okay.
So this is a wee bit crooked. So if I try to line everything up, it's going to be all the way to the left. So what I'm going to try to do is, and that was my problem. Move it over a little bit. I know you can't see it, but it's a little shorter here on this side. So just line it up so that it's straight at the top, and the rest will be taken care of. Whoops, no thread. Okay, let me rethread the whole thing. Needle down if you need help. Nope, not gonna work. There we go. My thread jumped out of the needle. Oh, okay, that's not gonna work. I gotta stand up. There we go. I had to bring the tape out manually. All right, here we go. Let's try this again. And I'll go back to that color. Here we go. Beginning of the color, back to. All right. See, this is where it's jumping on.
I will.
All righty. So now we're going to take this off of here. Now, if you use the 120 hoop and do it twice, you probably won't have that issue as far as jumping up and down. All right. on. There we go. Alrighty, so now I am going to change to red in the bobbin and red in the top. Because this next stitch is a bean stitch, essentially. Triple stitch that goes back and forth on itself.
Yep.
That's the one.
Okay, Adeline, I was using leather.
Oh yeah, how'd it go?
Well, when I got to my third piece, I broke my needle in 3 places.
Oh my.
Yeah, I hope it didn't mess up my calibration, but I thought I'd try it. I wouldn't
Okay.
recommend it.
So what I would do is if you think it messed up your calibration on the end of the unit, the embroidery unit I'm talking about, is
Uh-huh.
a little lever right here. Right here, the little lever, and you pull
Uh-huh.
it. That lever is used to remove the unit, but if you just pull it, it'll recalibrate without messing up with your design.
Oh.
So go
But
ahead.
take the hoop off first, Alma.
Yeah, I already did that. Yeah.
Yeah, take the hoop off, right? So now it says the automatic needle threader cannot be used since the fabric's too thick. So now I have to manually thread it because of that one little spot. Okay, this is not working.
I guess it doesn't realize that there's nothing under there now because
I
it shouldn't.
guess.
It shouldn't say that now.
No, I know it. And maybe it's because I didn't tape it down too. That might have been part of it.
I don't know.
It was too loose.
The other thing, if Alma slowed it down to really slow, might that have helped, Adeline? Because when
Yeah,
you do,
definitely.
Do you think I should hand stitch this last step
Is this
rather than
what needle size do you have in it?
I have a leather needle, hang on. It's a 130/705/80.
See, that's a small needle. If you have a 100 jeans or denim, try that.
Okay.
Where'd you find your leather?
Hobby Lobby, believe it or not.
Oh yeah,
They
okay.
sell remnants, so it's regular size leather,
Yeah,
but our machine's supposed to be able to handle it.
that's right. It's supposed to be, but it's. I think it's the needle that's giving you fits.
Okay.
and I would slow it down.
And
Like
that,
when you use metallic threads, I always would slow it down.
right.
I forgot
Yeah.
about that. I did read that somewhere.
Now I gotta find some tape. Maybe I'll just use regular tape, see if I have any luck.
I use that all the time, Adeline.
You use
Right.
regular tape?
Yeah. It's cheaper and it's sticky.
But then I don't like to gum up my needle. I really push
Yeah.
I push the needle until it just doesn't go anymore.
Now, Adeline, you were saying the denim, there's a 90, a 100, and a 110.
Well, go up to 110. I will, yeah. Because it needs something to punch a bigger hole.
Dang, that's a mighty hefty needle.
And I don't know that it will the needle threader will work. It may not. And so I would just by chance, I would manually thread that because you don't want to bend your needle threader and mess it up.
Oh, definitely. Okay.
Yeah. Okay. I'm ready to go, but I'm gonna wait, Alma, to see if it works for you before I stitch. Okay, I'm gonna slow my machine down too. I like that idea.
These would make great teacher gifts
Oh, yes, definitely.
as a lanyard, and like Lynn said, to put the clear plastic on the back.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Like
That's
when
a-
my daughter goes to lunch or something, if they wanted to put like $1 or what, or their card in there, you know.
Mhm. Yeah, that is a great idea. Great teacher gift. And those are the kinds of things that you put in the back of your head, you know, or that's why I want a journal, because I go to all these different sites and I'll get a really good suggestion in one, and then I can't remember where I found it. So if I now write it down in a journal, I can flip right to it. And then I'll know for sure.
I saw
Under-
too yesterday, Kristen Creates, she keeps
Uh-huh.
a journal, and she was auditioning different fonts, but she was writing them down until she decided, so she remembered which ones she tried. And I thought, oh, well, that's a great idea
Well,
too.
that definitely.
Because then you think, well, what, maybe I liked the one before, but what was it, you know?
Uh-huh. Yes, that is a great idea. Let us know, Alma, when you're
Um,
back in business.
go ahead and go because I tried it and it said something was wrong. My needle wouldn't even go down, and I hope I haven't bent my shaft.
That's the whole. Now, that's what I'm saying is, did you recalibrate it?
I did.
Okay.
Let's see. The needle,
It's telling you to self-thread it, right?
um, no, I self-threaded it, but when I did, I don't know. I'll try it one more time, but I don't think.
What was the message?
It said the needle wasn't threaded properly or something else. So when the needle went to go down, the whole thing shimmied and it
Ooh.
looked like I must not have had the needle all the way in, is what I'm thinking. So,
You know what? It will also go back to the very spot you left off if you turn off the machine. So turn off the machine,
okay.
take the hoop out, and then try again.
Okay.
Because it'll come right back. It'll ask you if you want to go, you know, shut down, and do you want to go back to where you were, and just say yes.
Okay. So let me off
Uh-huh.
and on. Ugh. It's as slow as I am. Well, it's still thinking. Do you want to resume? Okay. It's okay.
So sometimes when I change the needle, I just hand crank at one time because I've had it where it's gone like into the bobbin case wrong or something. So I just make sure, especially if you've taken the other part out, that it will go up and down without doing something like what Alma had happen.
Oh, that's
'Cause
a good idea.
I've had
Yeah.
that happen before where I haven't put stuff in quite right and it's like taking a little chunk out of my bobbin case.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
Well, it seems to be going up and down, okay?
All right.
So let's put that back in and cross our fingers. All right. Put the line back up. I have it slewed all the way down. So, sorry, ladies.
No, that's okay. We're ahead of schedule. Actually, I'm doing something behind the scenes, so while you're,
Okay, it says, attention, please wait a moment, touch OK when it is enabled. Check needle size and condition, check for correct threading. So I think it's just too thick. It won't go through
okay.
it.
All right, so you mean the needle's too thick?
I think the 3 layers of leather are too thick.
Oh, see, that's some of the problems those ladies had. So it looks like you're gonna have to just try and sew it together, but not
Yeah.
embroider it. Mhm.
Yeah, I can stitch it because it's all we're doing now is just securing it all together, right?
Right, and then you're just going to cut on the previous line. So all you have to do is just sew that and just finish the directions, yes.
Okay.
I wonder if when it goes through all those layers that it says, if that's for sewing versus doing it for embroidery. So I wonder if she could just put a line and just stitch it with a sewing stitch.
Yeah, that's
it-
what I think she should do, yes.
Okay.
Mhm.
All
Take
right,
it-
I'll try
it on 3 layers of your leather, just scrap, right? And line
So-
and see if it'll
I'll
work.
try.
The
I'll,
sewing
I'll
stitch.
just watch the rest and then I'll
Okay.
try some different things afterwards, not hold you ladies up.
Um, yeah, I think that's all an issue with embroidering that thickness. The
Yeah.
only time I've ever had any problems with sewing thickness is when I use that in our foam or soft and stable, you know, that spongy stuff.
Right.
And I'm sewing a bag and it's really thick. I've had to literally hand crank stitches through it. So I'm pretty sure that if you just sew that Alma with on the sewing side, I think it should go through. I think it, yeah.
Okay, I'll give it a try.
Okay, all right, here we go. Last step.
And if it won't, you could just put a little bead of glue.
Oh yeah, glue is our
Cheat,
friend.
cheat.
All right, let's see if I have any problems. Here we go.
I did see somebody too. They were when they, I know we have that tool that comes with our machine, but they were using a button to put behind there to make it level.
Oh, that, yeah,
Mm.
instead of that tool.
It's one of those reels like that you get when you're on Facebook that comes
Yeah.
up with sewing tips. They have a lot of good things on there.
All right, here we go. I'm gonna push the fabric down so it's flat against it with my fingertips. That's what I'm doing here, trying not to stitch my fingers. Oh, I can see it bouncing up.
Did you turn it down slower?
Oh yeah. It tends to throw off my stitches too, because I'm holding it down and causing it not to feed evenly. Oh. I got a double call catch. Oh, that's interesting. Caught second part of the thread. So let me see. I'm almost done. Hang on. Come on, machine. All right. How bad is it on the back? See what it did? It jumped right out.
Aye.
Yeah. Oh boy.
Maybe these aren't such great teacher gifts.
Use a lightweight cork. Don't use something as thick as this.
Well, they have some at Scrap and Sew. They do have that lightweight. That's what I have. The
Yeah,
cork.
that's what we use, and that's what this is. And I had no trouble. And this was a sample, the kit too, and we had no trouble.
So what you're using today is different.
Yes, it's that craft text. So what I'm going to do is I am going to just finish this. Same thing with like Alma's doing, finish it with the straight stitch and call it done.
So do you think, I know on the second page, they show the Kimberbell embroidery leather. Do you think that is thinner and that would work, or you think that would still be too thick?
Oh no, that's thicker. That's where some of the ladies had trouble. They use the
Okay.
Kimberbell leather.
Yeah, the Kimberbell leather is half as thick as what I'm using. So that ought to tell you right there.
Yeah. So, okay, here we go. What
I
a mess.
used Sulky blendable 30 weight in the bobbin and the top, and it didn't sew right. So I'm going to go back to embroidery thread.
Okay.
Yep.
What material did you use, Lynn?
I used a leather pleather that I got off the internet. The leather it sews really well, but I think the blendable doing a bean stitch was just too thick. The front looked okay, but the back was a mess.
Yeah, that I agree with you. Absolutely. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is I am going to save this. Not the current state. I'm going to go back to edit. No. All right, let's do this again. Yeah.
I think it's the stuff that I got off Amazon is definitely thinner than Kimberbell, so it sewed through all the layers fine.
Oh, all right.
It was just the bean stitch with the 30 weight blendable in both top and bottom. It was too much.
Yeah. Also the embroidery is a little stronger thread. It because of it's cotton and the blendable's cotton, the embroidery
Yep,
thread
and
is
it breaks.
polyester. So
Yep.
what
So
I
I'm
would
getting ready to
do,
redo it.
that's exactly what I would recommend.
I just have to remove it. It's almost all done.
Yeah, I'm switching to sewing, back to sewing. I'll take it out of the hoop. Rethread and see what kind of look I have. I got a feel that this feels way too thick. I could just tell by hanging on to it.
I would have thought the craft text would have been thinner overall,
know.
being paper.
Yeah, but I got those. I have 1, 2, 3, 4 layers, and that's what it did. It just got ugly. Okay, let me read through it.
So I'm thinking, Lynn, if you added a piece of vinyl on the back. It would not go through that then probably.
No. It will if you use a thinner fabric. Now, one of the things that I was going to show you to use is this duck. Here, let me show you. So this is a really heavy duck that I found. I'm sure I bought it at Joann's. This is long before COVID. And it's thick, but it's not as thick as this Craft Tex. It's more, well, let me see what it feels like. Double. Yeah, it's thick. It's more in the line of the cricket leather. More of that. But this cork is definitely the thinnest, so I would recommend, Janet, for teacher gifts, that you find something thin like the cork. Now, the other thing that I have too, so I have this in red, and I think I was going to make canvas bags with it. That's why I bought it. And well, I know when I bought it. I bought it when I was working at Bernina, and that was probably, well, I know for sure that was 6 years ago. So could be even 8, 9 years ago. Oh man, crazy nuts. All right, now where's my vine? Okay. Oh, Lord, oh Lord, where did it go? I had a bag of vinyl, marine vinyl. There it is on the floor. God. I bought this to make, what's her name? Sue O'Berry had a cute firecracker wind thingy. And I don't know, might be a little bit too thick.
Yeah, that's pretty thick. That's from Joann's. I bought that. I don't
Yeah.
think all those layers would.
No, I think that's way too thick for 4 layers. So if I were going to do that, I have a piece of, where's that piece? I found leather at the Dollar Tree. Where'd it go? And I can't describe to you except to say that it is pretty thin. I just,
Yeah.
look at how limp it is.
Is that recently?
There were 3 packages at our Dollar Tree in Land O'Lakes, and I bought all 3.
But I mean recently, Adeline?
Yeah, I think right before the class. Yes, about a week before.
Okay.
So at the end of June. So Dollar Tree vinyl. And that seemed to work the best.
Yeah, because it's thin.
It's so thin, yeah. Now I didn't cut with it. You know how they carry the knockoff vinyl and stuff for the cricket?
Yep.
So that's where I found it.
Oh,
In a tube. Packaged in one of their packaging.
I bought some of the vinyl. I haven't tried it yet.
Yeah. Craftware or whatever they're.
Yeah, CS I can see on my package, whatever it is. Yeah.
Yeah. That's what it is. So if I were going to use this vinyl, I would definitely not use it, except for sewing maybe.
Now I've used that marine vinyl. And Lynn might, Alma might like it. I know for sure for her little one. on Sweet and Sassy, or I think it's Sweet and Sassy. They changed names. It used to be French Frills. They have the cutest little hooded towel
Oh, yes, they
that I
do.
make for the
Oh
kids.
my.
And
Um,
you can use that marine vinyl on those. Yeah, if that's
What
not
do
the
you-
right one, send a message, but I'm pretty sure
what do you think it is? And I'll look.
Sweet and Sassy.
Sweet and
It
Sassy,
used
'cause
to be it used to be French Frills, but it's
yeah,
not.
something French, right?
Yeah, that's not any longer. That's long gone. Ship is going out.
Yes. Oh my, these are so cute. You gotta see it.
I mean, I one year Matthew wanted a nutcracker. I made them, and I've made the elf, and I made Emerson a little bear that's adorable. It's got a little patch on them, but I use that
Aw.
green vinyl on there, and it washes and dries on the towels fine. They don't do anything special. They don't, not dry them. They just throw them in the washing machine and dryer.
Perfect.
And I've gotten some. I bought some they have more colors. I bought some from them for their vinyl, but I've also used some of the one from Joann's. But Joann's has limited colors unless they've gotten more recently.
I remember making the grandkids, and I even made my niece's sons for Mickey Mouse for Disney. And here I'll share this.
They call them different things though. They're not
Oh
because
yeah.
of copyright. They have little different names, so sometimes you have to hunt for stuff.
Yep. Let me see if I can find it. All right, here we go. Let's
Really
share
cute.
screen. We'll share this screen. Okay. So here's this pink pig. And for those of us who
Oh
are
yeah, Peppa.
savvy, that is Peppa Pig.
And
Glass.
this is, can you see this one? These are, I made,
Oh, let me,
ninja-
yeah, let me see if I can get you on
and
the
there's
screen.
Care Bears. I mean, it's just, they're so cute.
So what,
Sweet and sassy designs. Okay.
and Alma, it's the letter N, lowercase n, sweet and sassy.
Got it.
Here's the nutcracker I made. I mean, they're just adorable.
Yeah, it's kind of hard. I'm going to try and see if I can find something. I have somewhere.
I made Harry Potter for
Oh,
Matthew.
did you? Let me see if I can find it in my documents.
They're just, and they don't take long.
No, they do not. Huh. I can't seem to find it. Of
Off
course.
topic, sorry.
That's okay. I'm trying to find my documents desktop.
I don't know if your grandson, I made the Cars ones. I can't find them right now for somebody. And they have like, some of
Oh,
them
here.
have extra patches that you can put on them. But they're
Okay,
just,
here's what I found. Let me see if I can load it up. Let's see if I can find a.
I think now too, she's doing the book pillows.
Yes.
Ooh.
Yes, I've seen those.
She's got a whole
Yes.
bunch of designs for that now. That's new. She added.
Yeah, what I have right here in front of me is French frills. So, looks like this. Let's see if I can load it up.
That you
And then-
bought, Adeline?
Oh yeah, a long time ago.
Yeah. And then I usually put their name on them too, someplace.
Yeah.
Just to personalize it.
So what I found was, I don't know if it's showing. No, I bet it's not sharing, is it?
Here's the little bear that I did for Emmy.
Aw.
Can you see how you can put the little paws on? I don't know if you can.
Oh yeah, that would be cute.
Well, I just got instructed last night that I'm not allowed to buy any more toys.
Yeah, really.
Now you go to towels and reading
So
book bags.
My
Or a backpack.
Yep.
my mother-in-law's mother has a niece out in California too, and she was instructed not to send but only one piece of candy because she goes extremely overboard in buying candy, and she was truly insulted. But you know, that doesn't bother me, but she was truly insulted. All right, let me see if I can find something. Towel. What am I trying to find? There's a reading book she has under new designs.
This is one I made for Lee, the reading pillow. We actually use it for a changing pillow.
All right, new releases, miscellaneous designs. All right, here we go. These are too cute.
These are cute, Alma. These are the skip hop backpacks, and then I put their names on them. They're smaller, but the kids, I've made them for all the kids, and they just like they can take them with them, but they're small, but they're really cute.
All right, here's the page. So let's see if it works.
Online.
Let's see if it pops up.
There you go.
There it is.
Oh my goodness, look at the crabs.
Aren't they cute?
Oh. Oh
I don't
my
know.
goodness.
Whoever that person is, but who's this thing? Axolotl? I never, way behind. I didn't even know who Bluey was. My grandson had a Bluey party.
What's Bluey? I don't know that one.
That's a
Don't know that one either.
cartoon. Bluey.
Is it a dog?
No, it's one of those crazy looking characters.
No.
You're thinking of the dog, the big red dog?
No. I thought he was a big blue dog, but
yeah. Well, maybe it's a big blue dog. Here's the cars symbol, their characters. Can you see that?
uh-huh.
Okay.
Cute.
Cute.
So it's sewed through with regular embroidery thread just fine. So don't use heavy thread.
Okay, great. The Narwhal.
Oh, look at the turtles.
Yeah, see, that's what she's talking about, those little arms that come out.
Cute.
I typically don't put those on unless it sews on because they're annoying. They've told me they're annoying when you try to dry them. But if you could stitch them onto the towel, you could probably do that.
So they don't flop around.
Yeah.
Yeah, same thing with these gnome characters with their hair.
Yeah.
And then here's one without. So now you're talking about the leather here. So let's see where the leather is. Shop home. And then miscellaneous, holiday, movie characters. Where the heck is the leather?
Put it in the search, Adeline.
Oh, okay. So I'm going to search for leather.
And when you go back up to the top, see those neat sheets? She tells you exactly what colors she uses in the vinyl and everything. If you want to, for
so
each. Some of the older ones, I don't know if she's gone back and redone now, but we're missing. But you can print them. See how it tells you exactly what she uses.
Yeah, that's what I found with. I had M&Ms, and I was going to make one for my grandson. It was a red M&M, and that's what it looked like. So, all right, let's go to leather or vinyl.
It might come up under.
No product, so it's like vinyl.
Try vinyl. Try vinyl. You know what? I think she has another shop for that.
Oh.
I
Okay.
think that you buy them out of a different, it's sweet and, I think, well, what would it be called? Let me look at my invoices. Now that I think of it.
I have no idea. So home takes me back to all the different designs that are new.
I usually keep all my invoices in a spot. Let me see if I can. She's, oh, okay, it's called Sweet and Sassy Blanks.
Sweet and Sassy Blanks.
Yeah. She's a
Okay.
teacher, and that's what I like to buy from her as well. She teaches high school, I think.
Okay.
Over the summer and during vacations, she usually has a lot of new releases, but and she's very generous with coupons.
All right. Sweet and Sassy Blanks and such.
There you go. Yeah.
There we go.
Cork, vinyl, and pleather.
Oh, cork too, huh?
Yeah. Let's see what she has in cork. Oh, look at that. See? Kind of crazy vine or metallic. And where's the vinyl and pleather? Oh, wow. Lots of it. Oh, how cute. Look at that. Very cute. Oh, look at, there they are. The
But now
unicorn.
that would be like that you cut for like our machine vinyl. What is that vinyl, do you think?
I have no idea. I think probably what I would do is buy a sampler pack. And
Well, she also has a Facebook page.
oh, does
So
she?
you could
Okay.
go and ask what you would use those for.
Yes, that would be great. That would be very helpful.
Yeah.
Let's see what's in the bargain corner. Sports totes, that's all. Okay.
Well, mine is done.
Yours is done? All right, let me
Yeah,
stop the share so
and-
we can
I freight checked it,
oh, did you?
so it's damp around the edges, but that on the, well, just, yeah, just to keep it from, whoop, where'd it go?
Oh, yay. Look at that.
My granddaughter loves purple, so this is for her. So with the thin vinyl from Amazon or pleather, it worked fine.
But did you
Wasn't
put
too
the
thick.
other, do you have 3 layers there, Lynn, or just 2?
I have all 3.
Okay, it's hard to see when they're
Yeah,
the same
this is all
color.
3.
Yep.
There's a pocket here and a pocket
Yep.
here, and I put
Yep.
her first initial on the middle.
Cute.
So if you think about
But-
it, Lynn, send me the Amazon link and then I'll share it with
Yeah, sure.
everybody. Okay.
Yeah, because it worked well. It was thin enough
Mhm.
and I didn't have any problem. The machine went right through it.
And I was thinking if they had purple, maybe they'll have that pinky color and the green
They
for my
had
nep.
a multi-pack. Let me see if I've got it here. Oh, somewhere. Anyway, I'll send you the link. It's got a multi-pack and it's got, a bunch of different colors in it.
Okay, good. Good,
How
good.
big are the sheets, Lynn? Are they enough to get one whole?
Oh,
the-
here they
same
are.
color?
Yeah, I was able to get one hole out of one. So they're about
Nice.
like 8.5 by 11.
Oh,
And
all
so it had
right.
just big, like orange, dark pinks, dark red.
Oh,
Here's the colors.
Got a big
Kind of a
pack.
variety pack.
oh, okay, yeah.
Yeah,
It
it was
looks
a pretty
like the
big pack and it
classic
wasn't very
colors
expensive.
that you get,
A
like with
beige and black.
Mhm.
Yeah. It had a funny smell when I first opened it, but that all went away once the package was opened. So it doesn't have a brand on here, but I'll send you the link.
Okay, great. That'll work.
But I can feel I've got Kimberbell leather here, and it's definitely thicker.
That's a good comparison then. That's good to
It
know.
was called Leather Craft Fabric from Kaseela, Kaseela.
Oh,
and it was on Amazon. It says Leathercraft fabric. I don't know if it'll pop up. I'll look on my phone.
Now, were those pieces from Dollar Tree, were they pretty small, Adeline, or you can
They
get,
were
a
same size, 8.5 by 11.
so you
ish.
can get a whole wallet out of one?
Oh, definitely. I think
Yes.
I think I got 2 pieces, maybe 3, so that I can mix and match too.
Yeah.
And then Melanie said she found some leather. She had red and white, but she bought it so long ago she can't remember where she got it. So.
That happens.
Yeah. Because she went home and made a bunch of them too. So, because they go so fast, you know, once you know what you're doing,
Yeah.
Yeah.
really fast.
Yeah,
And
it's
then-
just called faux leather sheets for craft, but I'll send you the link.
Okay. Okay, great. Let's see, what other projects can Alma do for her grandson?
Oh, I have to show you. You guys can do this if you have any little girls. Hang on a second. I bought this at Cracker Barrel. Okay, so it's got a
Oh,
patch on the front, but it's a tutu.
Oh,
It's adorable.
Oh, how cute.
Paid way too much for it, and I thought it's just a onesie with a patch and tulle. I could make that way cheaper than I paid for it.
yes, indeed. That you paid for that emblem.
3, 4, yeah. Oh yeah. Well, I got one of each. I have a gator and a Seminole, so
Yeah, but I meant
it's a
that's
house
what you were,
divided.
that's what you were paying for.
Exactly. So I was like,
All
that
right.
is just too easy.
All right, Lynn just sent me the link, so let me see if I can share it.
See if this, make sure, see if it works.
All right. So there they
Faux
are.
leather.
Yeah,
I
see, I
typed in the
think
wrong thing.
the pink is that pink right there.
That's a great price too.
Yeah, look at that. I could even get them by Friday, and that way I wouldn't have to be so far behind.
It's not coming up on, what did you, oh, faux leather sheets. Let me try. And they're what? Let me type in the measurement too, because it's,
It says
8.
8.3 by 12.
Mm-hmm.
Mm.
There's
What's
another
the-
one. I clicked on the other.
case.
Hang on. That help?
I put the manufacturer's name in it and it
Yeah,
came up.
Kaseela.
Yeah.
So then I clicked on the other one, and the other one next to it, you know how they sometimes have things
Yep.
right next to each other? This one is a different, look at the different texture.
Oh yeah, it's got a different texture
Well,
on it.
I might try that one. Cause this pink, this kind of mauvey pink and this sage green, I think are the colors. And that's coming, oops, too late. Saturday, July 1st. Oh no. Oh, I got plenty of time. I won't, these go fast, so I could do that. The wedding is July 8th.
Oh, you got time.
Yeah, I got time. I already gave them embroidered towels as an engagement gift, so gotta think of something else.
You know what my trick is? I add it to my cart and then I save it for later if I'm
Save
not
it for
sure.
later, so you know where it is.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yep, I just did. I added it to my cart. Okay, now I'll close down all these others. And then let me see if I can share. Oh, okay. All right. Let me see if I can share another screen. This one right here.
Oh,
Okay, so
Oh, that's
that's
cute.
Cute.
so that's what I found, and that is just one of her quilting designs. I forgot the name of it, but you know how
So
we have
she-
all those extra quilting designs. So
Is it in the patriotic bundle? Maybe?
could be. I don't know. That's just one I found on this Kimberbella's.
It's,
That
didn't you recommend that we get that one for that free project, Adeline? I'm thinking it
yes,
might.
yeah, that was the free project. Yeah, and let's see. Here's the wedding. Look at all of those. And she used a number, it
Oh,
all looks like
how cute.
leather, doesn't it? And then she used a cork
I
one.
see some cork. Yeah.
Yeah. And then she used, you know, see how she staggered the colors? Those look nice too. when
That's
she
pretty.
does
I like that.
Yeah. So that's the
Very
one
nice.
she used for the leather, I mean, for the wedding party. And then here, this almost looks like upholstery, doesn't it?
it does.
It does, yeah.
Like a, you know how you get those,
She pinked it. You can see
yeah.
the top of it. Doesn't look as neat.
Not at
No, I don't-
all.
I
And the
think it's more
stabilizer is showing
masculine.
through.
Yeah.
You think
And
it's more
see on the,
masculine?
she didn't cut it right on the cutting line. She cut it outside the cutting line. At least that's what my thought was, that was supposed to be cut on that line
Yes.
according to the direction.
Yes, so that's just a mark so that you don't
Yeah.
see it when you cut.
Yeah. And then here's the ones that I did, and using the tape was not such a good idea because it peeled some of the cork off.
Oh no.
Oh, well,
no.
they're just store samples, they'll be fine. And then here's the other one that she used different colors. Let's see, she did not cut on the line, and see,
No,
by
she
not,
didn't. She cut it very close.
yeah, by not cutting it on the line, it makes it look really uneven, obviously.
Yeah.
So those are some of the ones that I found. I really like this patriotic one. That's where I got the idea, but I'm not going to mess with that. I have white. I don't have, maybe I'll bug Melanie and see if she'll give me the white and the red.
She owes you.
Yes,
But
she
I wonder
does.
if the
She owes me a
top's
lot.
gonna fray where they did the design on each one. I wonder if that's gonna fray a lot.
Oh, I would definitely put fray check or fray block. Yep. Because it
Fray
will.
block
It'll
is what
come
I
loose.
used, yeah.
Uh-huh. It'll
Right.
definitely come loose. So coming up next month, and I will post another picture, of course, but I didn't have time on Monday. But the beach tote is, this is what it looks like in the directions. Let's see. Let me know if it's still popping up, okay? Oh, I could look at my tablet. Yeah, not popping up on my tablet. So let me stop this share. And we'll share another screen.
Oh, my machine keeps telling me to recalibrate. Lori said I might have to take it in to get the band adjusted.
Yeah, I've had that happen too, and that's exactly what you need to do.
Is it expensive?
It's I don't know. We do so much now ourselves that the cost comes when Dave opens up the inside of the machine. So
Okay.
this is just the embroidery unit that she's talking about.
Right.
So this was the original one. To buy these bags, they are closed. They're only stitched on one side, so they're open. So that's what, and then you were to add this trim and this, the leather from Kimberbell. However, what I did, let's see if I can close this.
That's a
Oops.
lot of leather.
Yeah, we were not going to do that. So let me click this open. So there we go. So that's what I did. I don't know if it's popping up. Is it popping up?
Not
Not
yet.
yet.
Yeah,
Not yet? Okay, let me go. Let me
pop
stop
up
that
again.
and let me do something a little bit different.
Is it just a regular zipper in the Adeline?
It's that, there we go. Did that pop up now?
Oh,
No,
Why is it not? It says it's sharing. All right, let me try again. Oh. All right, you cannot minimize Zoom. Okay. All right, let me see if I can find it when I share my screen.
There we go.
There we go. Okay, so what I did is I took a 10 by 20 inch piece of screening and I made a new file. I added this applique fabric behind it. So the kit includes that applique fabric plus Mylar plus a piece of foam, you know, the NR foam. Instead of the glitter flex over here, I used a piece of fabric, and then down here is felt. So they,
no.
excuse me, they tried to get everything into this project. But what I did then is I used 1/2 of a zipper, and what we'll do is put in that continuous zipper with another color zipper pull. So now,
I have all that stuff, Adeline, so I even have the screening, so I'm
Okay.
good with, don't need a kit, just in.
you're good. Okay. So if you want a kit, just let me know because they're easy to cut. I've got several cut already, but I can just cut some more. Just let me know.
I would like a
Okay.
kit, so mark me down.
Okay, Alma, I'll mark you down. And Lois actually made a bag, and that's what I didn't get a picture of, but she's going to teach the class on, let's see, I'll be gone July 7th. So that's when we decided that she could teach the class. So, but hers is a bigger one. She uses 6 by 10. So she's going to teach the screening bag with it. And there's a pattern and the directions. She was working on that the other day. So,
You're still teaching this one as part of our monthly, right?
oh yeah. Oh yeah. This is
Okay,
what we're
all
going
right.
to do for the monthly one.
Okay.
It's just,
Can you tell me what fabrics you used, and I'll see if I have them. If not, I'll need a kit.
what I used in the back there or for the bag?
For the bag.
Oh, it's a kind of a wave print, you know, maybe like waves on the water, that kind of stuff. Mine,
It's
Right.
bright colors, right, Adeline? Because I looked at that yesterday or the
But
day.
is it Mylar? The fabric that you used.
what I used, this back piece right here that I use for the backing, that's just a mottled blue, you know what I mean, you know, kind of different
Just
shades
okay,
of
regular
blue.
fabric.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. And then this is Mylar. And
Okay.
then these two pieces here are 2.5 by 2.5, small. So a small piece
Okay.
of foam. If you don't save your scrap foam,
I've got foam. Yeah.
yeah, this is what
Okay.
I use those scraps for. And then this is designed to be a light green glitter flex. And I didn't have
Okay.
any, they didn't have any at the store. So I was trying really hard to just use what they had. And then this is the felt, the same felt
Okay. What you
that
used
we used
before.
yeah, that we used before.
Okay. Yeah, I think I've
Some of
got all
those would
that.
be cute as
Okay.
batiks, wouldn't they, Adeline? Because they have
Yeah.
all that.
Yeah, actually, this yellow may even be a batik, but
Yeah.
you know what 2.5 inch squares, I could even take
Yeah.
one of my scraps and make it into a kit. But that's
Okay.
the idea is rather than that other bag, to use that bag. So, all righty.
What size zipper do we need, Adeline?
22,
22.
a 22-inch zipper.
I have those.
Yeah. And then, you have the zipper pulls, I know for sure. Janet,
The, not the part that goes, not the part that goes onto the teeth, but the poles you're talking about, right?
yes, that's what I'm talking about, the zipper pulls.
Do I have them?
Yep, like that. No, like those little zipper things that go onto the teeth. I misspoke.
Not these.
No, not those. Let's see if I can find it.
The actual zipper, the actual piece you pull.
Right.
No, I don't have those. You can't just use the one off the zipper?
Yeah.
Okay. I thought we needed an additional.
I was using a contrasting one.
Oh.
I'll show you what they look like. But you have to match them. So these are the Atkinsons. So if you want one of these or a couple of these, just let me know. I have a whole package of them. I have 30 plus. I think I've used 3. So, see,
Okay.
Right.
so just let me know. It's kind of a fun thing to do. I just wanted to do a zipper a little bit differently because it's so simple with the screening. So
But you have to have the right one that matches your zipper, or
yes. So buy a zipper from the store,
Yeah, the teeth.
and then these will fit.
okay.
So don't buy a whole bag. That's crazy. So, all right. Any other questions? Are we good?
Let me
No,
verify the
thank you.
dates. I have tried to take this class for 3 weeks, so my dates have been all messed up. So the
All right.
next one is on the 19th, correct?
No, let me check. I went back and checked the calendar before I left on Monday so that we could get it all straightened out. And the reason I had to change a couple of things is because of this another trip I'm going on.
Gotcha.
I have the 19th on my calendar.
So for the beach tote, the date is let me go to the Zoom one. That's silly. Here we go. Yep, the 19th.
Okay.
And then is the cutie for July on the 26th still, or that changed?
Okay, now let me straighten this out. This is, they've messed this up, but that's okay. She's got the Zoom at 2 different times, but not the regular class. So I'll just fix that. Don't worry about it. Which one are you talking about?
The July cutie. I guess that's the picnic basket, is it?
And what date do you have?
The 26th.
That's what I have as well.
For Zoom? For Zoom?
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, not on the calendar. I got to get it on there. July 26th, picnic cutie.
I did find out what I'm going to do. If you go in and pay for the Zoom instead of doing it online and they give you a printout, it tells you the name of the class you've signed up and the date, I believe.
Okay.
So it's better than doing it online because you don't get anything. So then I just stuck it. Remember, Alma, we were saying we didn't know what we paid for and whatnot.
Right.
I put that in. I have a little calendar with a pocket because I was like, the Oh So Delightful came up on there, with the actual name. So there was no confusion about what I had signed up for.
Yeah.
I got a paper trail.
All right, I will straighten that out on Friday and get everything all fixed. What I need to do is send you guys a calendar of all the Zoom classes only. Then you
That'd
won't
be
get
good.
confused.
Yeah.
Yeah, that'd be great.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then,
Because it's pretty much the same people all the time, isn't it, Adeline?
yeah, it is. Yeah, and the only time I'll add is Jamie and Denise missed the class. I haven't heard from Jamie at all. I need to reach out to her. And then I give them the option, because then what I do is I send out the recording. So if Jamie or
on
Denise are,
vacation.
Hmm?
Jamie's on vacation because I sent her a question about something and she said she hadn't done it and she was heading out for vacation. So I don't know if
Oh.
it was for her too, but
well, that's good news, because she was dealing with her mother, and that was causing all kinds of problems. And so anyhow, if she was able to go on vacation, that worked. That,
what she told me.
yeah.
I want to share my oh so delightful.
Oh yes, you got to see this. It really turned out nice. And then what day is that?
I'm dragging my feet on the I'm gonna do that maybe this afternoon, the tape measure sides.
Mm-hmm. Let me see if I got, are you talking?
No, I can talk though.
There it is.
There.
Very cute.
All right. Keep
Okay.
talking.
So I changed up the colors. It's still not, is it still? I
There you
changed up
go.
the colors a little bit because it didn't go in with my wall space. So I put some pinks and different colors in.
Oh,
And then I
very cute.
added the date on the sewing machine.
Oh, cute.
And that's where I was telling you the projection did not show up. But I was telling Adeline I had a mess because I had all my my 5x5 squares and my layer cakes out, and I was just going through them all, finding different, if I was looking for a floral or whatever, just because you don't need very big pieces.
No, that came out adorable.
I'm getting close.
Very cute. Well, I have to go take care of my dog.
All right, thanks for
But
coming.
nice to see you all. Thanks,
I'll see
Adeline.
you again next month.
Have a good week. All right,
Bye-bye.
bye-bye.
Just, I'm not gonna end the recording because I was gonna show you what we're gonna do for the next project after the picnic is the sunflowers. So this is the fabric that I chose. It's a print, and you only need a fat quarter. So I am not going to be able to cut kits, and we had a request that they be able to pick their own fabrics because they have so many scraps and that sort of thing. So I was okay with that. And then the one gal didn't like the choices, which I'm, perfectly fine with. And so this is the fat quarter that you'll need.
Where does that go, Adeline?
That's the outer borders right here.
Okay.
The outer borders. And I've already got my little sample fabric sheet made up, even with the number. So if Kathy can't see what it is, she can just check the number.
Yeah.
And then we're using grunge. And it has a lot of brown in it. That's why I picked it, because the inner borders is this brown check, and the backing is this brown check and the little squares. So now it's the circle one. So what I'm doing is I'm just picking some gold and putting it together. That I'll show you. But the let me see what I did with that sheet. The sheet here. I got it right there.
Is she saving like that quarter stuff? Have you got that put aside if we want to just, like, because I have a bunch of brown, but I would like that fat quarter for the
This
and
is
maybe the grunge.
This is 1 yard. The grunge is a half a yard.
Oh, you need a whole yard of the brown?
Yeah, because it's the backing.
Oh, gotcha.
Mhm. And here's, let me show you. So this is what I'm doing, see? So it's not, see what I did? I put the numbers on them.
Gotcha.
And then the little sample, so if you have a hard time finding it, also I can ask her to put them aside, but she doesn't like to do that.
Okay. But
She
what
wants-
about the one for July? I haven't even gotten that stuff yet. I forgot what you do. Do you have that one? You don't have that one home?
Yeah. I have the kits home.
but not the actual,
No, I did manage to finish it and put it up in the store on Monday, but,
sticker, and I
that-
didn't notice it twice.
I have one kit left because I had, only a request for 5 and I made 6 thinking that somebody would sign up, and so far they haven't. So, it's the watermelon fabric with the blue check. Here, let me show you the picture.
Oh, okay.
That.
I have some watermelon fabric. That's why because when I was
We-
going,
You have that soft green watermelon, because I know we bought it at the same
Yes.
time.
yeah,
That I was thinking would look fabulous.
yeah, that's why when I was going through stuff, I thought I need to be using some of it. I was going to make
Mhm.
aprons with it, and I didn't do it. So,
Right. So let me show you a couple pictures.
okay.
I'll share them. Let's see. Look. Okay, stop the share for that. And then share. See that? Can you see that,
Yep.
guys?
Yeah.
All right, so this, I have some of this left. If you wanted any of this Kimberbell for the borders, I bought what was left on the bolt, thinking that I might use it.
Do
If
you
you
need of that?
back order,
I think I have some of that too. I'll look.
yeah. And then here's another one. They use stars, and then a darker picnic basket. And then let's see if I can find mine.
But you were thinking that's where I could put those light watermelon.
Yes. Let me see if I can.
Don't get it while you're
This is, hang on, let me see if I can find mine.
when I was sorting through stuff, I made a mess, so I had to resort.
All right. Let's share. Where is mine? Heck. Okay, let me do something. I've got too many windows open. So I got to close some windows. So this is the one I got to open. There we go. There we go. So that's the one that I did. And it's really bright here in this photo, but it's not really that bright. It's softer instead of so bright. So the other green is, so if I have one kit, if anybody wants this kit, otherwise, you're welcome to use your own. You might want to make it more patriotic than the watermelon. So,
If nobody's claiming that kit, I'll take that kit.
all right, I'll set it aside for you.
Beautiful.
So, and then I haven't seen any others. I looked on Kimberbell earlier this week and I didn't find anything of value other than the 2 that I showed you. So let me close all these. Good Lord, I have all these windows open. Okay. All righty, any other questions? We're
Nope.
good? Good?
One quick question. When I'm sewing this leather together, is there anything do I need to do, or does the sensor automatically pick up that it's thick material?
It should. Slow it down. Go back to your leather needle. Try
Mhm.
that. And then go ahead and stitch it
Okay.
and see
All
what
right.
you get. Just let me know if you need
Okay.
any more help. Okay?
I'm thinking I'm going to go with this, Adeline.
Yes, that's the one. It's
And
so
I've even-
pretty.
I may try and pick up some of this darker green. I may look and see if I have something, but
Mhm.
I just got to start. I got
I know.
piles.
I know. And you, like I said, others have said something to me because they have so much fabric, and I said, that's fine. It doesn't, two things occur. One thing is you use up your stash. The second thing is you learn how to cut these. I can
Yeah.
cut these in my sleep.
Yeah. Yeah.
But you cannot, if you haven't cut one yet, then you don't know how to do it. So,
Yeah.
and then if somebody makes a mistake, we've had a couple people have to come back and buy extra fabric. I don't remember the fabric, if I set it aside or what. And then this way you're on your own.
But I
And-
may get a back quarter of that sunflower one because that looked cute. And see,
Yeah, I really like that one. It has bees in it too. So I'm probably going to add a little bee. I'm going to find a bee and add it next to the sunflowers. So
although look at what I have.
let's see. Oh, that is cute too. Oh,
So maybe I should just,
you make two of them, three of them.
I might go, I'll see, but I don't know if the print's too big.
Well, that's why you have to measure 2.5 inches and see
Yeah.
what you can get in.
Yeah.
To 2.5.
Otherwise, I'll get some of that other one that you have.
Where'd you find those bee things?
I made those in my stash forever.
Oh, okay.
They were from that, what was the rainbow place? Over in Dunedin.
Rainbow's End. Yes.
Yeah, that's where they're from, I believe.
Cute.
Yeah, so I may try and do some of these. We'll see.
Okay. All right. We'll call it a day.
All right,
Bye.
thank you, Adeline.
Thank you so much. I enjoy it every time. All righty.
Bye.
Bye-bye.